Hey, sweeties. It is almost springtime. It's time to get out in the garden. I'm going to start sowing some seeds. Not outside just yet. I mean, it's a nice day today, but we're going to have some more cold spells, I know. But I've got my seed starting kind of kit DIY ready to go. But I'm going to show you the raised bed planter that I'm going to plant in eventually once things warm up. There's already some rosemary and some thyme in it because those last throughout the winters. Get a little dry, but they still, you got to have them for your soups, your stews, your whatever. But let me show you my raised bed planter, and then we're gonna plant some seeds. But before we do, please subscribe to Sweet Savant, hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and now let's get to planting. First, let me show you my inspiration garden. These were raised beds outside of a restaurant called True Food Kitchen here in Georgia, and I just loved them and wanted to reproduce them here in my own home. So I purchased these from Amazon, and I started planting last fall, some kale and collards, some herbs, and this is what they look like now. So this is my Keter raised bed garden. It has a self-watering system and a little spout for drainage, but you can plant dirt directly into here, but I'm using these grow bags right now because it just makes it easier to move plants around if they're not happy where they are, if you need to take these out and move the raised bed containers. We have a very small space garden. I have two back here, so I'll show you the whole setup. It's super easy to put together. I ordered these from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box. But basically it's this one big tub, and then you just have to attach the legs. That's really it. It's one screw, I think, in each leg. You put these little cross beams in. They snap right in and snap right out. It's got this sort of bottom part here. That's a water reservoir for the self-watering, and then if it fills up too full, it's got a plug on the side where you just either pull it out or turn the spout and drain any excess water. At the time I purchased it, they were $99. Oh, and then this part right here is like a water gauge. So this bobs, up and down, depending on how much water is down there. So I've got a couple of these here in the back. I've got one in the front of our house as well. But these are the raised beds that I'm working with now. We have a very small patio yard space. I grabbed my tape measure, so that is just about 45 inches long, about 19 inches deep, and 30 inches high. So that keeps me from having to bend over and get all on the ground. It can be difficult. We all have different sort of abilities and flexibilities. So it can be difficult trying to garden down in the ground. So I am very thankful for these raised bed planters. They really do save your back and your knees. Then I have these grow bags that I can just pop in and out. That was separate. And it makes it easier to garden, mix and match, move things around. So I just wanted to show you that right quick. So far, I really like them. They're easy to transport, especially if you can just, take your pots. You can put whatever kind of pot you like in. If you take those out, it makes it easier to be able to move these around. So far, so good. I like them. And again, I'll put the links in the description box. Let's take a trip to the garden center and look for some seeds. Pike Nursery is my favorite local garden center. And of course, I have to shop for a few house plants and a pretty container to put that in before I get to seed shopping. But I did eventually get around to shopping for some seeds. I mean, look at this huge variety of seeds, and that's the best part about planting from seeds is that you just have so many more options. Like when you go to the plant nursery, they can have a few varieties already sprouted in pots, a few seedlings, but the variety of seed packets is just huge. So many different types of, look, okra. Love, I'm gonna get some of those, some okra, different types of red onions, and I'm gonna get a pack of the red onion scallions because we use a lot of scallions, and I thought the red ones would be pretty. Zucchini, look at all these different varieties of zucchinis and squashes. Cube of butter. I mean, does that sound delicious or what? So I'm gonna grab one of those, and now let's get home and get to planting. And since we're not sewing directly into the grow bags today, there are some things like your bok choys. I love baby bok choy. It's like my favorite vegetable. I have some baby bok choy seeds in the house somewhere and I can't find them. So when I find them, I will sow them directly out here because they are a cool weather crop and they do better in the cooler months. And it's perfect time to plant those right now. But until we do, I have this little seed starter sort of DIY thing that I saw on Garden Answer, which is my favorite gardening YouTube channel. So I saw her do something like this, where she took milk jug or water jug, this water jug, and you just cut like with a utility knife carefully. Please don't cut yourself. You cut around, leaving it like a hinge attached. Cut around that water jug to make an opening. And I have another one here that I'll do later. This is like a lemonade jug. You want to make sure that it's clear, a clear jug. I filled this bottom part just with some potting soil. I'm not even using any special seed starting mix. Here, I'll show you what I'm using. Let's see. I'm using this natural and organic black gold potting mix plus fertilizer, and I've never used this before. I just ordered this off of Amazon as well. I'll put all the links in the description box, but I just wanted an organic potting soil to start my vegetables in organic potting medium. So we've got that there. I stopped by my favorite local garden center, Pike Nurseries, and I got some seeds. I'm not doing these all now, but I just wanted to show you what I got. And you know, I'm not finished. I want more seeds, but I got this golden squash seed. These I'm excited about. Red onions or a scallion. Okra, red okra. I love okra. I love, love, love okra. So this is not going to go in the raised bed part. I'll probably find a different way to plant those. It's beautiful, colorful cherry tomatoes. These I think I will start in here. I'm going to put those in there. And then in the other one, I'll start these large tomato plants. And it shows you on the back of most of the seed packets when you should start them inside, when you should start them outside. You know, so outside for mild climates only, which I'm in a very mild climate, 1 to 2 weeks after your average last frost date. And you can go online and then, you know, put in your zip code and last frost date, and you should be able to get that. To start inside, it says for these, recommend 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting. Transplant when the air temperature, I'm sorry, my neighbors are loud. When the air temperature is 45 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer, usually 1 to 2 weeks after your last average frost date. So that gives you an idea. Then I have this zucchini, which is a favorite vegetable of mine. Actually, a whole family, I think, likes zucchini. So let's start with these. rainbow blend tomatoes, and I'm not using any special tools. I'm just using stuff I had around the house, like this little plastic utensils. I always say when we get takeout, please don't give us any utensils, and they always do. So I just end up saving them. You know, it can go in your emergency kit. These, oh my gosh, these seeds are so pretty. Here, let me see if I can show you. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So pretty, but tiny. Pardon my dry hands. I do need a little lotions. But we're just going to plant them. And I pre-moistened this soil in here. And I'm going to drop a couple of seeds into each hole and then just cover it up. And then we'll thin it out as the sprouts start to sprout. And pray. Again, and not too deep because they're a very small seed. Remember, this is just my amateurish fun DIY. So I'll keep you posted on how this works. And if we get any tomatoes, I hope so. Because this is just, I think, an easy and cheap way to start your seeds. And you can use this as like a little greenhouse. You can put it outside and just let Mother Nature water them, and you just come along and water it. It's just if it gets dry. But there you go. And then you just close the little top back up. You leave this top open. Tape this down because this won't stay, so I might just tape that down. But you can leave the top open, and you can leave it outside, and that way the rainwater will get in there and keep this moist, and it'll also act like a little greenhouse, keeping the moisture in. Definitely, I'm going to link to Garden Answers video on this because she explains it much, much better than I do. So I'm going to do the same thing with this extra jug and plant the other tomatoes in there. And hopefully I will have some little sprouted tomato plants in the springtime. And I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted with my little raised bed garden. I'm also going to get some pots and put that out here. Oops, getting breezy. My stuff is blowing away. I'll get some pots to maybe put the okra in. I don't want to plant straight into the ground because it's new construction over here, and there's all kinds of stuff, I think, in the soils. So I'm not super comfortable planting straight into the ground right now. So everything I do is going to be in the raised bed or in pots. I grabbed some duct tape to tape these both down. And then I'll write the name of, you'll know what you planted. These were beefsteak. And then write the date. What is today's date? 26, 2021. And so that way you'll know what you got. And now we'll go set these out. Now just set those down there. A little inconspicuous spot. Hopefully no one will be offended at my water jug garden seed startings over here. So follow along with my little garden, and you know, I will keep you posted, and I hope I can keep everything alive and growing. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more garden updates, some recipes, and hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and y'all have a delicious day.